I accept that nomination. My friends in El Paso County, you lost a great American this month. My grandmother, Mary Schaffer, 94 years old. In 1914, she was born at the start of the First World War. The Panama Canal had recently been opened. The first assembly line, assembling Model Ts, opened that year. She lived through the Depression and raised her family through the worst of it. She served our country during the Second World War, making B-29s while all the men were off fighting. She saw and celebrated that magnificent flight of Charles Lindbergh across the Atlantic Ocean. She lived to see men walk on the moon, take spacecraft to Mars and beyond. She saw the construction of the Berlin Wall and saw it fall. She loved Colorado. She spent the last 3 decades of her life here. She loved the mountains. She loved her family. She loved helping others. She's helped on all of my previous campaigns and been an important part of them. She saw and lived the bounty of American freedom and all that America promised, and she helped deliver it herself. She wanted to be here today. Her strength is something I will keep with me forever. She taught me that integrity counts. My mother is an immigrant. My mother's Ukrainian. She immigrated from Canada as a young girl. Her father and mother, my grandmother and grandfather, peasant farmers, brought their 2 daughters to the United States with nothing. That's all that they had with their family and a dream. They knew what they came to the United States to achieve, opportunities in a way that this country provides as no other country did at their time, and no other country has since. She showed me that integrity matters. In both cases, these are women who are freedom seekers. They took great risks. They loved their families. They enjoyed all of the opportunity that America provided. They devoted themselves to trying to return it back to future generations. In both cases, integrity and principle mattered to them. They helped make America better. They instilled in me a deep-seated obligation and an understanding that it is our job, it is our obligation to take a country that they gave us that was so great and make it better and turn over a nation that is even better than that to this generation, and do it in a way so that they understand their job is to be our messengers for future generations and deliver more freedom and a stronger country than that which we possess today. Senator Allard has been somebody who I followed through politics, both figuratively and literally. I followed him to the United States Congress, served with him in the Colorado State Senate as well. We represented the same county together. And I hope to follow him to the United States Senate. He has always showed me, and always showed all of us in Colorado, how to serve with dignity, keep your family first, to lead by integrity and through principle, to work hard, and to fight for real change. He has taught all of us in Colorado that integrity counts. You know, the world is changing. There is more competition from other countries throughout the planet. There's more freedom that is taking hold throughout the rest of the world as well. Americans face enormous economic challenges. I met Bill Gentry just recently. He's from Fremont County. This is his very first assembly. And he's seen change. He's a United States Navy veteran, served 32 years as a retired Navy chief. This man knows integrity. He told me too many people in Washington just seem to not listen. Well, Bill, I think you're right. Our leaders have allowed our government to get too big. They've allowed us to be influenced too much by government in our lives. Americans have given up too much of our freedoms to bureaucracy. And that problem is the essence of the political challenges America faces today. And we in Colorado are about to make a big and important decision with respect respected as United States Senate seat about the role we will play in resolving and answering this very question. Now, if we're going to compete successfully against Democrats, let's face it, we need to have a little bit of introspection and look at our own party as well. We could sustain a little bit of reform within the Republican Party, too. Principle matters most. And I believe that it is important to even take on the leaders of our own party when we drift from those matters of principle that define our country, define our state. Employing every polite and dignified way I could come up with, I took on our president when it came to No Child Left Behind and the majority leadership of our party. I took on spending in Washington, D.C., even when some in our own party suggested we should just spend more to help ourselves get reelected. I helped stand up to some of our members of our own party when it came to excessive earmarks in Washington, D.C. A bad idea. It's a bad idea, no matter which party suggests it. That other party comes up with bad ideas more frequently than ours does. Now, Democrats say they're for change's sake. But what they really offer is bold approaches to modern challenges. More taxes applied to America's economic productivity. Well, we believe in freedom. More regulation applied to those who create jobs. We believe in less regulation and more jobs. They believe in more bureaucracy, more rules, less justice, instead of common sense, personal responsibility, and free markets, which is what we stand for and what we offer. What they offer is not change. It's just putting lipstick on a pig. Now, they say that bipartisanship is a standalone virtue. But they propose as a solution single-party dominance throughout Colorado and in the United States Congress as well. What would you call a country of sustained liberal dominance and single-party rule? You're all close. In Colorado, we call it Boulder.